sure to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Hey guys, just finished watching Arrow Season 5, Episode 18, Disbanded. This episode was quite fun. It was quite cool seeing, it was interesting seeing how everything went on. I mean, it was cool seeing the without Arrow and stuff, and see how things feels like it was the calm before the storm type of thing. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens in the next few episodes. We do have to wait like a month to see that. So it was cool seeing with Oliver kind of disbanding the team, putting the team out, and the team still staying on, and like Diggle really taking over, kind of forcing Oliver saying, you know, we're here for you no matter what, and all that stuff, and just building that up and seeing how people reacted, and then Oliver realizing that no, I have all this team behind me to fight, and Oliver wanting to use the Bratva to kill Agent Chase, and realizing there's other ways of doing it, and meanwhile the team had figured out a way to do it without using the Bratva and all that stuff. So it was pretty cool seeing this. It was kind of fun seeing that, and it was cool seeing at the end of what happened with Agent Chase. But I think one thing that just kind of worries me is what's going on in the next episode. If you saw the trailers, it looks like Oliver finds out that Felicity is working with this hacktivist group, which kind of seems like she's getting back to her old hacktivist ways from back when she was in college and stuff. So it's gonna be interesting to see how she finishes this arc of her dealing with going back as a hacktivist and doing bad things again as she used to do, and she was trying to clean up her act. Now she's gone right back to her bad ways, her bad habits. So I think it's going to be interesting to see what we get left with, what she's left with her when she realizes that, and how we do that. Do we go through season 6 with this? Hopefully not. I don't think so. If there's a few more episodes left before we have to do that. So I feel like maybe next week's episode she just has to do something in order to get information out of them, and it just so pushes her. And this is where everything pushes the team, and it just pushes everyone too far. And they're like, no, you can't do that. It's not worth it. This for that. So it's gonna be interesting to see how far it goes, and how far she's willing to go with this, and then how far we're left with her once she's done with this arc as her being part of it, going back to her evil hacker ways type thing. So it's going to be interesting to see where that goes, and also with the hackers kind of knowing that everyone, they've been able to know that Felicity is Overwatch, which I find that interesting just because no one knows about the name Overwatch other than the Arrow team, because that's not something that, you know, that the news would have made up or anything like that, or anything that would have been on TV, because she's always in the Arrow cave. She's never out in the field and stuff like that. So I feel like did the hacking guys, the hacktivist group, did they hack into the Arrow frequency and stuff and to their comms? So then that's how they figured out this. So they know that Oliver's a Green Arrow. They know that Jiggle's Sparta. They know everyone and stuff like that. So that's going to be interesting to see how much do they know. Do they know that Barry's the Flash? Which I don't know if we'll figure that out. But do they know that Barry's the Flash? Do they know that Cisco is Vibe? Although no one's ever said Vibe other than Cisco and the team. So, but it's definitely going to be interesting to see how much they know and how much they don't know, and it's going to be interesting to see how far she has to go in next week's episode. But I also hope that Agent Chase is also in next episode. I hope that he's in there, at least if he's not the main focus, which probably will be Felicity and the hacking team and stuff. But have him in the background. I'd like to see what he's up to. Where does he going? You know, he just killed these two cops. But where does he go? You know, where does he go to hide? He can't go to his house. Oliver would know to find that. He can't go to his mother's house. Oliver would know that. Does he have a cousin or something like that? Where does he go? Or now that he's probably public, I mean, number one, his face is going to be plastered everywhere. Who does he go talk to? Where does he go? And does he have a plan for this? Doesn't look like he had a plan for this, because since he only used the pen or anything like that. If he had a weapon or a knife on him, maybe he would have been prepared for this. But it's definitely going to be interesting to see where does he go, how much do we get of him. And also another thing I'd like to talk about in this episode is the Dinah Drake, new Black Canary type of thing. So I definitely can't wait to see. I'd like to see her get a costume by the end of this episode. You know, we haven't seen her a costume change. Costume's just been this boring jacket and jeans type thing, which I'd like to see. You know, maybe I'd love to see if maybe over on the Flash, Cisco could kind of, he discovers her, or someone sends a text, you know, Felicity sends a text to Felicity, say, hey, can you design us a costume for her or something like that, and he happens to see a YouTube video or her on the news, and, you know, sees her powers, how it's real and stuff, and he decides to make a new costume. And I'd love to see a callback, see over on the Flash, see him in his apartment, and see the picture somewhere of Katie Katz, of Laurel as the Black Canary. Now that, you know, it's out that she was the Black Canary, and it's out there, she had her tombstone and everything like that. he can frame it and have it up in his house. So I think it'd be, or in his apartment or whatever. So I think it'd be interesting to see that. I'd like to see, if Cisco just kind of designing that, or kind of, or maybe just him get a text and, just a once as a text, and he's like, yeah, sure, I'll make that, and that's it. And that's all we see, and then we see the actual final results on Arrow. So I don't know, just having the back and forth with that, without just name dropping him on Arrow, I don't think is enough. I'd like to see those little tie-ins go back and forth. That could be really cool, without actually having to have any actor go on either set, or Skyping or anything like that. Just a text, I think it would be perfect to have him trade the suit. And I'd like to see her get a little bit more of a colored suit-ish type thing, instead of all the completely black. They all look like with that in this episode. You didn't have Oliver in his green suit, or you didn't have anyone in the Red Arrow suit or anything like that. It just seemed like everyone looked like the X-Men, the original X-Men from the first movies, how they all were in their black leather suits and stuff. So I'd like to see this Black Canary and Dino Drake get some sort of fishnet type pants or something like that, where that way she could see a little bit more. We can get a little bit more color to her costume somehow. But I'd like to see how they could do that. Maybe sort of like I don't know. It'd be cool to see, just so that way she's not all black. Maybe just a little bit more colored, not like a full head to toe costume. I think it'd be cool a little bit more. Add this fishnet stockings to the kind of the Katie Sarah Lance costume type thing. I think that would be a cool version of it. So I'd like to see a little bit more color or something, but still keeping it to the accurate costume. So we'll have to wait and see where that goes, but hopefully she gets something by the end of the season. So let me know what you think, guys, about this episode of Arrow in the comments below. What do you think about Dino Drake? What type of costume would you like to see? And would you like to see it by the end of this season, or would you like to wait for next season before we get it? So hopefully we can at least get an idea and a design for it, even if someone just shows it to her on a computer screen or something, and they actually see her in costume in the next season. That would be interesting too. So let me know what you think, guys, about this in the comments below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
You're still here.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Peace.
It's over.